What's going on, guys? It's back, and today we got a brand new video with the government going after Ethereum and crypto, basically as a whole, but starting with Ethereum here, going after a project called Tornado Cash. That, if you don't know what Tornado Cash is, basically is a platform where you could go put in your Ethereum or any really Ethereum-based token, use it to send it privately to other addresses. So there wouldn't be able to be transparency there on the blockchain. People wouldn't be able to track all of your transactions, and it'd just be a way to try and add privacy to the blockchain. There are some things that are definitely wrong with it, that bad apples and bad actors use it, just like everything on the world. But there's the government cracking down. The U.S. Treasury Department went out and took down notice of addresses that used Tornado Cash or anything involved in it and blacklisted them. And things like USDC is a centralized kind of company with Circle, so they have a pretty easy way of making sure that those addresses just get shut down. And that's one of the problems with centralization. But right now with Tornado Cash, it's although you could say there's definitely people that use it for wrong reasons, whether it's money laundering or doing something illegal, still happens in the regular banking system though. So I don't know what the percentage there would be, but there are people that use Tornado Cash just want privacy that are now banned. See right here, this is Dylan LeClaire covering it, talking about this whole situation going on. And it's the Treasury sanctions Tornado Cash. The U.S. Treasury announced this morning that it has sanctioned the use of non-custodial Ethereum mixer through the blacklisting of various addresses. So from this wording too, it means basically any third party mixer that tries to come up is going to be something looked at and probably blacklist addresses and make people so they're more scared to use them. So the small amount of people who use it for bad things ruins it for everyone, and the people who just wanted kind of more privacy, they're ruined it. They don't get any privacy now. And that ends by saying, even if you just hold Bitcoin, pay attention. The war on privacy is just beginning. Very true. The good thing about something like Bitcoin, comparing it to that, is that Bitcoin's so decentralized. There's no one person or company you can go to and say, shut down these addresses. You can go to Coinbase and tell them this address is blacklisted. You're not allowed to interact with this wallet address. And Coinbase could agree to that and say whatever, and then all of a sudden, if that's your address, you can't go to Coinbase, but you can go to other exchanges. Even if every single exchange in the world agrees and says we'll blacklist these addresses, you can still trade your Bitcoin peer to peer, or even just send it to another address. And even looking at the size of Tornado Cash, it is pretty big. 3,489 total ETH deposited, over $7 billion worth deposited, 58,000 unique users, 12,000 unique deposits. It's a lot of people involved at minimum 12K, maximum 58.5K. A lot of people use Tornado Cash. A small amount definitely used it for wrong purposes, even money laundering and stuff like that. But I would probably say the majority of people might have been using it who just wanted extra privacy. If it was the majority of people, if it was like if 58,000 people used Tornado Cash and 57,000 of them were using it to money launder, then maybe, shutting it down is not ultimately the worst thing in the world. But you're just going to create other services that do that again, and you're just going to get in this huge circle and cycle that you ban something, someone else creates a different way to do it, and you try and ban it again. You're just stuck in this loop. And you see here, this is Circle Pay agreeing or blacklisting every Ethereum address sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury. So again, kind of pointing to that centralization here. Circle Pay is the company behind USDC, and they blacklisted every address that the U.S. Treasury told them to and sanctioned themselves. Just again, comparing it to Bitcoin, who do you go to Bitcoin to say blacklist these addresses? You can't do it. There's no one person or one company to go to that you can say blacklist these addresses and you're not allowed to interact with them, because the network is decentralized. So even if you went to Coinbase and Gemini and all these other exchanges and said, don't allow these addresses, you have to ban them, and all of them miraculously said, oh, of course, we'll listen to the government, we won't do anything. You could go overseas and you could go to an overseas exchange, or you can go peer-to-peer and exchange it if you really wanted dollars, or you can just keep using Bitcoin. So it's just a difference there where there's not one central point of failure. Even looking at this, there's a lot of addresses they have. Talking right here, cross-reference the latest tweets with the addresses in the Treasury announcement, and then he has the link here. We're going to look at it. Stablecoins are obviously not censorship resistant. There's a company backing it, and this is the list right here from the Department of the Treasury, and this is all of them, all of the addresses here. And you can see what they all are. If they have ETH, the majority of them are ETH, but there's some at the bottom here. You see USDC for about, what, 5 of them. So there's stable coins are being affected. Ethereum is being affected. Anyone ever interacted with this is being affected. And on top of that, if you go to Tornado Cash now and wanted to even use it and just say, you know, whatever, for whatever reason, you can see that Tornado Cash website has been taken down. Tornado Cash, you try and go to the website, and this is what you're going to get. The site can't be reached, so the site taken down. The founder of Tornado Cash also had their GitHub account suspended, and then Tornado Cash open source project, Wake Up State Overreach, is just beginning. So seeing some interesting things. You know, a lot of things going on with Tornado Cash. Pretty mixed bag here, because I can see the other side. I can see people saying this isn't like the worst thing in the world, because Tornado Cash is used to money launder things, but I don't know the percentage of that, of how much of that actually goes on, or how big of a problem it really is. So putting that on the side and assuming it's a small amount of people that do that, just like a small amount of people use the dollar for illicit things, just like there's banks that use their facilities to money launder as well. So you're not really going to get away from money laundering, but you're trying to shut down something and sound good. But if the vast majority of people that are doing it are doing this and going through something like Tornado Cash strictly because they want more privacy, now they get punished because a small amount of people decided that they wanted to try and use something for bad. And you're always going to find that everywhere in the world. Whatever you like, or any project, anything in the world is always going to have people that use it for the wrong reasons and abuse it and try and find ways that they could abuse it to better themselves or to do something illicit. For the price of Ethereum, I mean, nothing really going on. This news is pretty new, so maybe we'll see some reactions, but right now Ethereum at 5%, doesn't really care. I don't think this is such massive news that people are really going to care about it, but it's going to make people in the Ethereum ecosystem that are like deep in it, that either like privacy or enjoy using Ethereum for multiple things, that they're probably going to be a little upset about this. But either way, it is a state overreach, government trying to control things that it seems scared of. And right now, it's definitely something to at least look at and see, you know, what are they actually trying to do? Because right now they're shutting down decentralized kind of projects that are open sourced, that really were going after trying to provide a service and weren't having bad intents, and just having bad apples that tried to use them. So, you know, you just got to keep an eye on it. Make sure that the government doesn't try and continue doing this and continue shutting down things, because for crypto, that would be a very bad thing if they could just go to every major kind of person in a project and just threaten them or shut them down, and then all of a sudden everything's gone. And the only thing left standing after that would be Bitcoin, because there is no figurehead that you go to, no company to go to for Bitcoin. Even Ethereum, you can go to Vitalik and say something, threaten him, do something to Vitalik, and that's going to affect all of Ethereum. So the only one without a figurehead, without a centralized point, is really Bitcoin. So we'll see how it all plays out. Hopefully it stops, because we don't want all this to go on. And Tornado Cash, whether it was good or bad, still a bad thing for the government to be reaching over and trying to shut things down and stop people from using the blockchain and using crypto. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in my next video.